That was Humouresque No.7 by Anton Dvorak, whose name I always say incorrectly. I love that piece. You can also play it on the diatonic if you're into your overblows, which I'm still getting into, but you can do the whole... and do all that stuff, and you can play the second bit. I really need to work on my intonation of overblows, but it's getting there. I also love that piece because it's basically a blues. You know, you've got that wonderful bit there. That sounds, you know, very similar to sort of what Gershwin would do later. It also reminds me of one of my favourite intros, At Last by Etta James, which is... something like that. I haven't played that one in a while. The other reason it's a blues, more obviously, is because this rhythm of... you know, okay, that's some more classical styled notes, but if we change the notes, that rhythm is... you know, it's a basic shuffle rhythm going, and I think that's really, really interesting as to why a composer from Bohemia goes to America in the 1890s and starts, you know, writing what would be interpreted as a shuffle. I was like, well, why did that happen? You know, was it just an interesting rhythm that he thought of and composed? Dvorak was a sort of a champion of the lower classes in Bohemia, and he was then a champion of sort of African-American and Native American experiences in America. Was it part of cultural interaction, of picking up these rhythms as he travelled there? Quite possibly. But I like to think that even if he hadn't gone to America and stayed in Bohemia, he would have written this piece, and the blues guys in America would have still created their shuffle rhythms. Because a lot of composers and a lot of the sounds we make are influenced by the world around us. And in a world before, you know, mass production of cars and other transport systems, what animal goes... That's a pretty big clue. Horses make that rhythm. You know, Stevie Ray Vaughan says, you know, blues guys listening to horse go down the street, horse and carts, that's a that's got a rhythm to it. Maybe Dvorak, you know, consciously or unconsciously was playing these rhythms, you know, because of that. We hear that sound everywhere, you know, ZZ Top. You know, it's such a classic sort of sound that we're used to. And on a completely different tangent, as I was playing this and thinking about horses and the sort of sounds we get from everywhere, I realized that I once promised my grandfather that I would learn how to ride a horse. It's a very long story as to why I made that promise. And unfortunately he's no longer with us, so it's a promise that I have to keep. So, here's the deal. If you're in Southwest London, I appreciate there's COVID-19 and all this sort of stuff at the moment, but I will gladly exchange free guitar or harmonica lessons in exchange for, you know, 2 or 3 riding lessons and the opportunity to learn how to ride a horse. Like, subscribe, share. Let's get this message out there. And yeah, hopefully I'll be, you know, playing guitar and riding at the same time very soon. Stay safe. Ciao.